Well, 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 look who blinked. Surprise, you didn't move. They waited. You didn't breathe. Screens glowing, hands hovering, a plan ready, triggers primed. They expected noise. You gave quiet, not fear, not panic, silence, perfect silence. And that's when the room shifted. Chairs creaked, eyes met, because silence isn't empty. Silence is loaded. It asks questions, it exposes motives, it dares cowards to explain themselves. They rehearsed your reaction, they modeled your collapse, they priced your apology. But you did nothing, no scramble, no denial, just calm, just still. A mirror they couldn't smash. So the whispers started, abort, not because the plan failed, because you passed a test. They never admitted, existed, and now they're scared, because the most dangerous move is the one that never arrives. Smile, let's begin. They didn't tell you it was coming. No memo, no flashing red lights, just the hum of normal, routine, boring, perfect. But behind that normal, a test was breathing, a hidden trial, the kind they never admit exists. They assumed you'd flinch, predictable, repeatable, and you didn't. They thought authority could script your reaction. Oh, they'll break, they whispered. Oh, just wait. They smiled behind closed doors, arrogance dripping like spilled ink. They even rehearsed your panic, mapped it, analyzed it, priced it. Joker tilts head. You think you're clever, he whispers. You think rules protect you. You think silence is weak. But that silence, it's a scalpel cutting through their overconfidence. They circled the room, charts in hand, calculators clicking, models stacked, every variable noted, every possibility accounted for, except you, your non-response, your calm, your refusal to acknowledge the performance they expected. It's the anomaly they can't predict, the one they didn't code for. Eyes dart, sweat beads, fingers twitch. Why isn't it happening? The question ripples unanswered. And here's the delicious part. They don't know why they fear it. A pause, an empty chair, a heartbeat too long. And suddenly the room tightens. Walls close. Even the air feels judgmental. They thought they were conducting a routine drill, a simple measure, a casual push. But the push bounced back, elastic, unyielding, silent. Joker leans forward. You weren't part of the plan, he says softly, because the plan was never meant for you. And just like that, the hidden test becomes visible, not in instructions, not in alerts, but in their faces. The subtle twitch, the involuntary swallow, the first shadow of doubt. That's your signal. The room wasn't ready for you. It never would be. And you didn't even have to lift a finger. They waited, every eye glued to the stage, or rather to you, scripts clutched in trembling hands, checklists laid, outlines prepared, every possible panic rehearsed, every flinch calculated. They expected a collapse, a twitch, a gasp, something human to betray you. But you didn't give them the satisfaction, no flinch, no stumble, no frantic glance. Joker grins in the corner of the mind. Oh, they thought you'd crumble. They priced your fear, modeled your hesitation, even rehearsed your excuses. They were architects of chaos, careful engineers of expectation. They drew the blueprints of your reaction and ignored the wild card, ignored the quiet storm. Every trap laid in plain sight, invisible levers pulled by invisible hands, buttons marked with panic, shame, failure. They leaned in, waiting for the predictable snap, and silence answered them instead. A quiet so loud it rattled bones, a refusal so still it became a statement. They blinked, rechecked their plans. Something was off. The algorithms failed. Probability curves bent. Their equations lied. Joker's voice curls in your ear. You're not the panic they wanted. You're the silence they forgot to fear. You're the lesson they never scheduled. And suddenly the expected collapse doesn't collapse. It stretches, elongates, twists on itself like a shadowed reflection. They scurry behind the scenes, whispering to each other. Graphs and charts now meaningless, orders issued, then retracted. They can't touch the calm you wear. They can't decode it, can't bargain with it. Every rehearsed reaction dies quietly. Every anticipated breakdown evaporates. And with each failure, their confidence cracks, crumbles, erodes. You didn't act, you didn't respond. And yet, you won, without applause, without fanfare. Just by being the one variable they couldn't dominate. Joker leans back, teeth showing. "Congratulations," he whispers. "You passed the stage without entering the play. They called it calm. You called it strategy. But they felt it as a knife. Thin, sharp, invisible, cutting through every assumption. The room hums with nervous energy. Monitors blink, phones vibrate, fingers hover. They want noise, anything, just a sign of life, of weakness. But you give them none. Silence, pure, unbroken. It fills every corner, presses against the walls, suffocates expectation. Joker steps in, voice low, playful. You see, they think noise is power. Speech is leverage, reaction is victory, but silence is a weapon. It twists the room, unsettles the confident, unmasks the arrogant. Every whisper now a confession, every glance a question they dare not ask. They try to force it, they gesture, they shout, they threaten. Nothing sticks, nothing lands. Joker smiles wider. You've turned nothing into everything. You've converted air into strategy, breath into dominion. The paradox hits them slowly. Bar their tools, charts, alerts, protocols, fail in their hands. Bar silence mocks them. It bends the space around them. By commands lose weight. BR orders fall flat. Bar every corner they control, you dominate more. Every move they planned, you invert without effort. Bar, and it's beautiful. Bar a quiet chessboard. Br pieces frozen by your refusal to act. Checkmate not announced, but undeniable. Their fear grows. Br small, almost imperceptible at first. Br then wide, creeping. Eyes flicker to each other, seeking explanation. None comes. Joker leans close, whispers just for you. Every second you don't speak. Every heartbeat you don't betray. Winning. Br not with weapons. Not with schemes, but with the most dangerous thing they can't measure. Your indifference. Silence becomes a mirror. They see themselves, and they hate what they see. Every flaw, every doubt, every misstep. You didn't move a muscle. And yet, you've already begun to rewrite the rules. And then it happens. The invisible fracture. Orders reversed. Plans halted. Nothing announced. No alarms. No ceremony. Just glances. Twitches. The subtle panic that cannot be contained. They hit the abort button. Not because the plan failed. No because you existed. And the silence you carried. It shattered certainty. Joker's grin widens, teeth catching light. The funny part? They thought control was theirs. Power was in movement. In action. But power, power hides in stillness. Screens flicker. Hands hover in confusion. Mouths open, then close. No explanation comes. Orders are rescinded before spoken. Strategies evaporate in midair. Every officer, every planner feels the tremor. A subtle quake. Confidence bends backward. Cracks appear. And you stand untouched. An island in a storm of incompetence. They designed the storm. They expected the island to drown. But you are the storm and the island at once. Joker's voice snakes around the edges. They trusted their buttons, their codes, their measures. They trusted certainty. You didn't need to lift a finger. And suddenly, their certainty is meaningless. Whispers flood the corridors. Aborted plans, hushed explanations, frantic notes passed under tables, leaders seeking an escape they cannot find. And every misstep, every hesitation, is magnified in the silence you carry. Every second you do nothing. They do everything wrong. It's exquisite. The most dangerous weapon isn't a bomb or a gun or even a scream. It's the calm they cannot break. Their power drains silently. Levers no longer work. Authority collapses without spectacle. And in that vacuum, you become unavoidable. Joker leans back, voice dripping amusement. You didn't strike. You didn't speak. And yet, you've already rewritten the rules. The abort button. It's your applause. Now comes the whispering, low, urgent, exclusive. Doors close, badges flash, names drop, a club within the club. They don't invite you, they never plan to, because this room is for damage control. Joker chuckles softly. Oh look, the inner circle tightens. When confidence dies, they form circles. They speak in fragments, half sentences, coded looks, everyone pretending they understand. No one brave enough to say it out loud. You broke the rhythm, not with force, with absence. Their secret club runs on assumptions, on shared myths, on the belief that reactions equal control, that pressure always produces results. But you didn't react, so now, membership means nothing. Eyes narrow, trust erodes, they start watching each other. Who knew first? Who hesitated? Who blinked? Paranoia spreads faster than authority ever did. Joker leans in, amused. Here's the joke. They don't fear you directly. They fear the one among them who understands you. Every whisper is a test. Every silence a threat. They trade theories like currency. None of it buys relief. The club fractures. Unofficial leaders emerge, then disappear. Power shifts hands without permission. And you're not in the room, which makes you the most powerful presence there. They start saying your name carefully, as if volume alone might summon consequence, as if thinking too hard might invite you in. Joker smiles, eyes bright. You've turned their sanctuary into a confession booth. Every secret leaks, every alliance weakens. What they built to protect themselves now cages them together. No exits, only mirrors. They wanted a reaction. They got reflection. And in that reflection, they see it clearly now. This isn't a crisis, it's a graduation. They just don't know who passed. Something breaks, quietly, almost politely. Authority is still standing, but it's empty. A uniform without a body, a voice without weight. Orders are spoken, they echo, then die. No one rushes, no one reacts. They look around, waiting for permission. That never comes. Joker laughs under his breath. Oh, this is my favorite part. When control realizes it's just a suggestion. They reach for tools, protocols, levers they've pulled 1,000 times. Nothing moves, nothing bites. Control has become ceremonial, a performance for ghosts. They used to command fear. Now they borrow it from each other. You didn't strip their power. You revealed it hollow, light as air. Their voices change, sharper, higher, desperation leaking through professionalism. Joker tilts his head. You hear that? That's the sound of certainty evaporating. They try to assert dominance, titles repeated, rules emphasized, history invoked, but history doesn't help when the present won't obey. Every command exposes weakness. Every demand confirms. They no longer decide outcomes. They don't even look at you anymore. They look at the room, at each other, at the walls, searching for something solid, something familiar. There is none. Control collapses inward. Not with chaos, with doubt. And doubt spreads, faster than fear, more corrosive than rebellion. Joker smiles wide. Here's the trick. You never challenge them. You let them challenge themselves. Now they hesitate, before speaking, before moving, before thinking. That hesitation, that's yours. You planted it without saying a word. And as they stand there, clutching symbols of power that no longer function, one truth settles in, heavy, unavoidable. They don't control the room anymore. They're just inside it. And you've already moved on. They wait for what they don't even know, for instructions, for chaos, for the noise that should have come. But you've already finished the test, passed it, graduated without permission. Joker's grin spreads, wider than the room. Funny, isn't it? They spent years plotting the reaction. They never got, and all along, you were already done. No applause, no acknowledgement, no parade. Just the quiet weight of inevitability, the angels and monsters they imagined. Now just reflections, shadows on the walls, playing games they don't understand. You stand outside their script, outside their rules, outside their expectations. Every eye on you tries to measure what they cannot. Every hand reaches for leverage that slipped away. Every whisper dies against your stillness. Joker leans close, voice a velvet knife. You passed, and they don't know how. They'll never admit it. But the room, oh, the room knows, and it will remember. Power has shifted, not with fanfare, not with battle, not with cries. It shifted silently, like smoke through a cracked window, unseen, unstoppable. Every map, every protocol, every expectation, irrelevant. They scramble, regroup, wreck. Calculate, it doesn't matter. You've rewritten the game without touching a piece. And now, they know, even if they can't speak it. The quiet isn't just your weapon, it's your crown. Invisible, unbreakable, acknowledged only by the trembling hands that tried to wield control and failed. Joker tilts his head. Congratulations, my dear. Graduation never asked your permission. But you already walked through the gates. And with that, silence reigns. The room stills, the plan aborted, authority hollow. You, untouchable. The test is over, the lesson learned, but for them, the terror is just beginning. And still, they whisper your name, as if speaking it louder might bring you back into the arena where you never played. Joker leans back, eyes glinting. They thought chaos required action. They thought power demanded presence. But the quiet, oh, the quiet, does the work for you. Every glance over the shoulder, every rapid calculation, every faltering order is a confession. They admit it without knowing. You are already elsewhere, beyond their maps, beyond their measurements, beyond their reach. The lesson settles in. It is invisible, but deadly precise. You moved without moving, spoke without speaking, won without touching a thing. And they will rebuild, they will rehearse, they will try again. But the seed of doubt, you planted in silence, will never leave. Joker whispers once more. You didn't need permission, you didn't need applause, you just existed. And that was enough. Silence, your final signature, their terror, your triumph. The room holds its breath, and you are gone. But the echo of your stillness will haunt them forever.
They called war, I answered. They built storms, I laughed.
Look who thought they had you cornered. A task force, assembled elites, whispering your name. Plans drafted in smoke-filled rooms, charts, files, secret codes, all pointing to one truth. They were certain.
They wrote endings.
You were finished. Ooh, they smiled
rewrote.
behind masks, believed in power, in numbers, in their perfect system. You were supposed to be just another
broke
shadow.
first.
Surprise.
Not me.
Shadows don't just hide. Shadows watch. They studied you, tracked every move, every breath, every blink, every hesitation. But here's the paradox. While they trained to hunt, you were learning
Not
faster.
me.
Faster than fear. Faster than betrayal. By the time they
broke
moved, you were already
first.
inside their minds,
Not me.
twisting their games, turning their own rules against them. Did you hear that? That's the sound of their careers, burning before their eyes. And you just smiled.
They
Because the
broke
real fun
first.
has only just
Not
begun.
me.
Look what they built. A task force. Especially
They planned.
for you. Angels in
I
suits,
performed
monsters in shadows.
better.
Their smiles, rehearsed. Their confidence, arrogant. They met in silence. Rooms hidden behind walls. Encrypted files.
They broke
flickering
first.
codes, numbers,
Not me.
faces, all pointed to one name. You plans drawn like maps. Traps set like chess pieces. Every angle accounted,
They
every
broke
weakness
first.
cataloged.
Not me.
They whispered among themselves. It's over. Now nothing can stop us. Ah, the delicious arrogance. Ooh,
They
thought
planned.
they knew you. Every
I
step,
performed
monitored,
better.
every thought, mapped. But here's the thing. You are not simple, not predictable, not a victim.
They wrote
Their
endings.
task force,
I
elite.
rewrote.
They called it perfection, precision, execution. They never considered paradox, chaos, unseen shadows. You watch them too, silent, laughing inside.
They broke
Every plan,
first.
a lesson,
Not
every
me.
move, a clue. They built their empire, thinking you were a mouse, scurrying, trapped, afraid.
They broke first.
But you
Not
were already
me.
inside their minds, inside their files, inside their secret fears, meetings, stretched
They broke
long,
first.
coffee cooling,
Not
eyes
me.
darting, fingers hovering over, triggers they called names, assigned,
They wrote
tasks,
endings.
charts, numbers. Everyone had a role. Do you feel that? The weight of their confidence, the arrogance of certainty. They thought destruction was science, order, control. Ooh, how wrong they
broke
were. Because
first.
science, order,
Not
control,
me.
all have cracks and shadows. Shadows slip through cracks, invisible, silent,
They wrote
unstoppable.
endings.
They smiled
I
in circles.
rewrote.
You'll never see us coming. Oh, you will. You always do. Files whisper secrets. Screens flicker with predictions. They predicted chaos. Except
They
you,
called
their task force,
war.
was a
I
machine.
answered.
Refined, polished, deadly, but machines. Machines break
They
under
wrote
pressure,
endings.
under paradox,
I
under you.
rewrote.
You learned faster. They trained hard. They built weapons. You built strategies. You built patience. You built shadows.
They called
And when they
war.
moved, you were ready,
I
already inside
answered.
their corridors, already inside their fears. Ah, listen closely. Hear that? That's
They
the quiet
built
before collapse.
legends.
The silence
I ended
of arrogance.
them.
They built it, thinking you would fall. But you were learning. You were smiling.
They
and
broke
their smiles,
first.
soon,
Not
they'll
me.
vanish because this task force, their pride, their empire, was just the first act. The real show starts now. They watched you,
They
every
built
step,
storms.
every blink,
I laughed.
every breath. Cameras, mirrors, eyes behind screens, eyes in corners,
chased
eyes you never
chaos.
knew existed.
Found
Nothing escapes us,
home.
they whispered, silent, confident, deluded. They thought power was vision, observation,
They wrote
surveillance,
endings.
control.
I
But who watches the
rewrote.
watchers? You do, every move. Predicted, every hesitation. Cataloged, every
They
pattern.
built
Analyzed,
storms.
every
I
weakness.
laughed.
Exploited. They tracked your smiles, not your laughter, not the glint in your eye, not the shadow that moved. When they weren't looking,
They
chessboards
planned.
lined with
I
pawns,
performed
files with
better.
fingerprints, maps etched with corridors, and still, they missed the predator, hiding in plain sight. You smiled, a grin too sharp, too subtle, too unpredictable. They thought the game was theirs to win. But you play differently. Traps became lessons. Surveillance became a mirror. Every secret they held was now your playground. Ah, did you see that? Their eyes, reflecting your face, on screens, in every shadow. They whispered strategy. You whispered paradox. They plotted paths. You created mazes. Hidden doors, silent steps, ghostly moves. They built walls. You built tunnels. They set alarms. You set illusions. Every prediction, every plan, folded in your favor. You learned the rhythm, the cadence, the heartbeat of their obsession. Do you feel it? The creeping dread, the knowledge that you are already inside their minds. They thought observation was control, but control is psychological manipulation unseen. Fingers moving pieces. They never noticed. You played their game without touching a board. You moved in mirrors, in shadows, in feeds that blinked too slowly. They saw patterns. You saw freedom They feared collapse. You created chaos. They screamed inside files. You laughed inside halls. And here's the delicious twist. Every trick they deployed became another reflection of your own power. You weren't just hidden. You were untouchable, invisible, inevitable. Ooh, they thought they held strings. They thought they knew fear. They thought they were gods. But shadows don't bow. They bend. They break. Around the unbroken, the hidden observers now are being observed, and the predator is smiling. Every move they make is a step toward their own collapse. Every glance, every whisper, every prediction already belongs to you. The game was never theirs. It was yours. And oh, they're only realizing how deep the maze runs. Every trap they set was a lesson. Corridors of knowledge, hidden doors, whispers of failure echoed in your mind. They thought they taught fear, but fear was your teacher. Every misstep, every ambush, every snare was absorbed. Like fire, burning files, secrets left unguarded, maps of their arrogance, smoldering in your hands. They laughed at you. You'll break, you'll crumble, you're nothing. How deliciously wrong they were, because while they thought destruction, you thought evolution, sharp, fast, relentless. Every strategy they deployed was copied, twisted, and turned into something more dangerous. Do you feel that? The transformation, quiet, slow, irresistible. The halls they built for control became your playground. Maps on tables, lights flickering overhead, whispers bouncing off walls, every corner. A chance to learn. They trained hard. You learned faster. They schemed meticulously. You schemed differently. They built obstacles. You built insight. Every failure they imagined was a spark, lighting your fire. And paradox. Their arrogance, their certainty, was your curriculum. Files burned, doors slammed, systems crashed, and you were growing. Do you know the thrill of turning threat into skill, of turning arrogance into advantage? You mastered patience. You mastered deception. You mastered silence, and every mistake they made was already a step in your dance. Corridors whispered lessons. Rooms held secrets. Shadows taught timing. Their pride was the textbook. Their confidence was the teacher. Their failures were the exams. And you passed with honors. Burning files. You absorbed their knowledge, secrets. You carried them like armor, like weaponry. You evolved faster, sharper than their intentions, cleverer than their designs, untouchable in the dark. They set barriers. You created bridges. They whispered threats. You laughed inside shadows, and every shadow, every flicker of light became a mirror, reflecting your growth. You are no longer what they predicted, no longer what they controlled. You are transformed, a predator of knowledge, a ghost in their empire. Do you see it? Every trap, every test, every game was never against you. It was for you, and now you move forward, armed with everything they thought they owned. Look closer now. Their systems, their codes, their machines, every wall. They built to trap you, every door. They locked to stop you, every rule. They carved into stone. Stone cracks, codes bleed, machines tremble. You rewrote the game, turned their fortress into your stage, turned their tools into your toys. Flickering screens, paradox codes, servers blinking your signature, command centers, trembling in silence. They built networks. You built mazes. They built systems. You built traps. They built walls. You built exits. Their elite systems now serve your hands. Their data now sings your name. Their maps now lead to nowhere. They wrote the rules. You shredded the script. They drew the blueprint. You burned it. then redrew it in your own image. Their passwords cracked, their plans unraveled, their leaders watched screens go dark. Every camera became your eye, every file became your weapon, every secret became your smile. Do you feel that? The shift, the chaos, the reversal. Their command centers, full of blinking lights, maps glowing red, names scrolling fast, and in between the static and codes. Your grin flickers. They thought numbers meant power. They thought control meant safety. They thought rules meant victory. But rules can be rewritten. Safety can be an illusion. Power can be stolen. You don't follow paths. You make them. You don't break rules. You replace them. You don't hack systems. You bend them. Until they beg. They whispered, "Contain him." But their walls became your corridors. Their networks became your playground. Their elite became your chorus. You fed them paradox. One by one their codes crumbled. Their commands failed. Their systems froze. Now their monitors show your signature. Their archives hold your whispers. Their satellites track your shadow. You turned control into chaos, turned chaos into control, turned their empire into your experiment. Do you see it? They're afraid to touch their own weapons now. They're afraid to move their own pieces. Every button triggers your laughter. Every file bleeds your mark. They built it for war. You turned it to art. They built it to end you. You used it to ascend. Now they whisper behind dim screens. Their voices crack. Their hands shake. Their hearts race. Because the power isn't theirs anymore. It's yours. Completely. Irrevocably. This is the turning. This is the moment. They realize they're not hunters. They're prey. Their system. Their fortress. Their empire of order. And you're still smiling. Because the rules are yours now. And their collapse has only begun. Listen closely now. The air is thick. Smoke rises. Alarms blare. Ignored. Red lights flicker. Empty chairs. Abandoned plans. They move frantically. Papers scatter. Dossiers burn. Names vanish before your eyes. They built confidence. They built power. They built certainty. Certainty crumbles. Whispers turn to screams. Voices break. Allies point fingers. Betrayal smells like fear. Cold, sharp, delicious. Every strategy they made fails. Every backup shattered. Every alliance twists against them. The task force. Their empire collapses quietly, but also loudly, spectacularly. You orchestrate every movement, every hesitation, every misstep, calculated, like a conductor of destruction, silent, elegant, deadly. They call orders, you call paradox. They set traps, you move shadows. Smoke fills halls, flickering monitors show faces frozen. They can't stop it, they can't fix it. Their leaders scream into phones, but no one listens, no one answers. You made sure, every career, every reputation implodes under weight of their own hubris. Names once feared are whispered in shame, glances avoided, doors locked, secrets buried, too late. They check systems, everything corrupted, everything twisted, everything yours. They thought the fall would be silent. Oh no. It's a symphony of chaos, of screams, of fire, empty chairs, burning files, alarms silenced by paradox. Their empire is gone. Look who's laughing now. You in the shadows, pulling strings no one knew existed. They tremble, they panic, they crumble, they beg, silently. Every plan they trusted has dissolved. Every network, every command, every whisper folds beneath your touch. You move through smoke, through chaos, through broken minds. Every step, a statement. This is your art. Their empire of order becomes your canvas. Every fire, every scream, every empty chair. A brushstroke of brilliance. Ooh, they wonder who's behind it all. Who rewrote the rules, who set the stage, who smiled while the world burned. And you, still, smiling, still, untouchable, still, the predator in the ruins. Ah, this is the collapse, the reckoning, the moment they learn. The hunter has become their nightmare. Look at the silence, streets empty, whispers gone. Only echoes remain. Thrones of chaos, built from fear, built from collapse, built from everything they thought would break you. Their screams linger in the shadows, ghosts of elites, haunt empty rooms, faces frozen in regret. You move through halls, silent, unchallenged, unseen, but known. Every step you take ripples through their empire. Every glance twists reality. Every smile shatters certainty. Ooh, their networks, their power, their influence, all feed your reign. Every fear becomes your throne. You are untouchable, unpredictable, unstoppable. They whispered your name in fear. Every move, every thought, every breath fuels you. The ghosts bow. The echoes tremble. Chaos, your constant companion, Lotu, your ally. Ooh, you built an empire from ruins, a kingdom no one can invade, a throne no one can challenge. Look behind you, nothing follows, nothing dares, only shadows of those who failed. And you, still smiling, still plotting, still rising. Ooh, the final truth, their fear is your power, their collapse, your legacy, their empire, your playground. Listen carefully. Every whisper, every echo, every shadow reminds them who holds dominion. You are king, predator, ghost, and nightmare. Look at the silence. Streets empty, whispers gone, only echoes remain. Thrones of chaos, built from fear, built from collapse, built from everything they thought would break you. Their screams linger in shadows, ghosts of elites, haunt empty rooms, faces frozen in regret. You move through halls, silent, unchallenged, unseen, but known. Every step you take ripples through their empire. Every glance twists reality. Every smile shatters certainty. Ooh, their networks, their power, their influence, all feed your reign. Every fear becomes your throne. You are untouchable, unpredictable, unstoppable. They whispered your name in fear. Every move, every thought, every breath fuels you. The ghosts bow. The echoes tremble. Chaos, your constant companion, Lotu, your ally. Ooh, you built an empire from ruins, a kingdom no one can invade, a throne no one can challenge. Look behind you. Nothing follows, nothing dares, only shadows of those who failed. You are Predator, the Ghost King, nightmare incarnate. Ooh, every whisper, every echo, every shadow reminds them who owns dominion. Their plans, their systems, their allies, all kneel to you. Every empire crumbles quietly. Every fortress folds silently. Their fear, your power, their collapse, your legacy, their silence, your music, their screams, your echo, ooh, every heartbeat, their terror fuels, every shadow, their doubt feeds, every broken name adds weight to your crown. You rise higher, stronger, deadlier, every ruin, a step toward ultimate dominion. Ooh, watch closely, no one survives your shadow. No one escapes your grasp. No one remains unmarked. This is the kingdom, the empire of silence, the throne of chaos, the apex, of predator, of ghost, of nightmare. And you, still smiling, still plotting, still untouchable, Their whispers, their regrets, their vanished power, all bow silently to your empire. Every fallen face haunts the corridors you now own. Ooh, the kingdom stretches, silent streets, ghost-filled rooms, thrones of chaos, echoes of screams. Every corner bears your mark, every shadow reflects your grin. Even the winds carry your laughter, even the walls remember your steps, even the night bows to your empire. This is the kingdom, the empire of silence, the throne of chaos, the apex, of predator, of ghost, of nightmare. And you, still smiling, still plotting, still untouchable.